Well, you go pay this side. Now you don't come on.
Why is he angry? You know,
so we did a court for Uyo, the state judiciary court, where the matter between Uduak Frank Akpan and led Miss Iniubong Umoren, which happened last year. Finally, the judgment has been given. They don't save the judgment, as you don't see. The judge don't sentence the accused person, Uduak Frank Akpan, to death by hanging. So now the motorway, the suspect they be this. At the motorway, the suspect they be this. You don't see how the security situation there for the courts. See the number of people who don't come out to the courts. So the court don't finally settle the matter. They don't accuse him. Say that him being actually killed. Let Iniubong Umoren. And so that's the case we get here for court right now. Now the security operative with this, as you don't see, the court is beefed up. Security there everywhere. And we wait for when they will finally carry and promote. So now the correctional officers, please see the scene for the courts where people don't feel. So we can go listen to the lawyers who will address people.
I'm going to spend it more. I didn't bring any other info. Morning, sir. No, hold on now. Hold on, please.
Please, don't put it like that.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
See,
Sir, the first accused person, Frank Akpan, today has been sentenced to death. This has led to rest. 7 months of litigation. What is the reaction of the Honorable Attorney General, the #1 law officer of the state?
Go ahead. Well, I'd like to thank the learned judge for the way and managed this trial has been conducted over a period of 9 months. And it was a very complicated trial, but the judge was able to take time out, try the case on a day-to-day basis, and at the end of the day, we have a judgment that shows that the justice system works, and we are very happy at the outcome of the case.
So what is the next step now after this?
Well, for the first defendant, as you can see, it's led into custody. The second and third defendants have been discharged and acquitted. And we intend, on behalf of the state, to analyze that aspect of the judgment and take a decision on the next step in that regard.
Any ground for appeal?
Well, we can't say that now. But like I say, we would go and analyze the judgment and see if there's any ground. We thank the judge for the industry and diligence he has shown, and he did a great job. And but all the same, we'll analyze that aspect of it and take a decision.
The court is just attempted to escape from the courtroom.
Well, I don't think it's something to be surprised about. This young man committed some very grievous offenses and very gruesome offenses. And if you follow the facts of the case, you would not put it past him to do something drastic and do something as bad as he attempted to do here. And I think the security officials were very, very attentive, and that's why they were able to overcome him and put him up. But let me not stop without commending the Nigerian police force and the officers of the DSS for the very diligent investigation that they carried out in this case. They did such great jobs. And so many times we have these gentlemen vilified, sometimes by members of the public, particularly in the social media. You hear all kinds of stories about complicities among the investigators. But if you listen to that judgment, you would know that without the diligence of the police and the officers of the DSS, the evidence that we had on behalf of the state to prosecute and bring about the conviction would not have been possible. I'd also like to thank the very diligent staff of the Ministry of Justice, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the Solicitor General. They did a fantastic job. And you would not realize this. But for those of us who were involved, we know what those gentlemen and ladies put up. So I'd like to commend them.
And what of the court? This matter can only 8 months in court against the backdrop of so many
cases. You see, the administration of criminal justice these days is run in a manner that not only look at the end of the day do we see that justice is done, we also will see that it's done in a timely fashion, because it is said that justice delayed is justice denied. And so his lordship really worked tirelessly over the period. It doesn't happen that often, and we are hoping that this is a move towards having this as a template for criminal prosecution. The trial started on the 4th of November and ended on the 4th of, judgment came on the 4th of August. It's simply brilliant, and we thank the court for that.
Iniubong Umoren cannot be brought back to life. Iniubong Umoren cannot be brought back to life. But what is the message from the Attorney General to the family of the deceased?
Well, you see, normally when you get a judgment and you get a conviction, you always say, oh, justice has been done. But that is not really true. Because like you have pointed out, Iniubong has not been brought back to life. All Iniubong wanted was a job. And she ended losing her life because of the criminals that parade this country. It is so sad. And I'd like to actually extend my thanks to the family of Iniubong, particularly her sister, who was one of the witnesses here. It was because of her bravery and tenacity that she was able to get the police to help the police in tracking a lot of the moves that the accused person or the convicted person made. It's so sad, but I just hope that this conviction will bring a measure of closure to the family, and that the life of Iniubong will be a blessing to all of us.
So most times we have the governor, state governors in Nigeria not signing death warrants. So in this case, what would be advised as the chief officer will say?
Well, it's a complicated situation. Now, I think one of the things that we might need to canvass is an amendment to the law to change the mode of convictions. In Nigerian law, the only way a convicted murderer can be executed is by hanging. If you listen to the judge, when he pronounced the sentence, he said that you'll be taken away and hung by the neck until you die. So that's the only way that Iniubong can be executed. Unfortunately, there are not many hangmen in Nigeria anymore. And I think if we change the law to have other modes of execution, in the United States, you can be executed by hanging, you can be executed by lethal injection, you can be executed on the electric chair. So that in those cases, you are able to apply modes of execution where you don't have hangmen. Now we have on death row quite a few convicted murderers awaiting the hangman, but so far, I think we need to review the law and see how we can create other modes of execution.
So finally, violent crime is so rampant in our society today. Frank Akpan is 21 years old. What could be responsible for the rate of violent crime among young people in Nigeria?
I think it boils down to the state of morality of our young people, and we must start from the parents. I don't think we should start from these young people. We start from the parents. You find out today that the parents don't bring up the kids the way it was done in my time, for instance. To have a child like Iniubong in the house without knowing what he's capable of doing, I think it's an indictment on the parents. And if we need a new Uduak-Abasi Akpan, we need to have the parents to be more attentive in the upbringing of the children and create moral boundaries that you make sure your children don't go beyond. See how unrepentant this convict has been all through the trial. All the evidence is analyzed to his hearing and everything. And the moment he was convicted, he was asked to say something. He says, "I'm not guilty." Then he says, "Oh, the country is full of kidnappers, they are not arrested." So it's like he has set a moral standard for himself, which supports the kind of activities that he is involved in. Unfortunately, Uduak-Abasi is not the only one. Uduak-Abasi is like a metaphor within the youth of this country, at the universities, and all the cult groups. These are the things that bring society down to this level. And it's my prayer that somehow we can handle it.
All right, so and the matter be that we still there, the state judiciary high court here for you, where the matter between Uduak-Abasi and of course let Miss Iniubong, who been don't die, has been settled by the judge finally today. But we have the elder brother of let Iniubong, who been died last year. Sabek, introduce yourself, give us Sabek.
I'm Njenje Umoren, the elder brother to Iniubong Umoren. He been killed last year.
Okay, so today many people say justice has been served. Waiting you get to talk about this matter now where finally Frank Akpan has been sentenced to death by hanging. How this judgment make you feel today?
Waiting I see is I be not to believe they still have justice for common people, maybe like us. Thank God we are happy today. All our hope been lost. Say they go just do mako for this thing. After you don't kill my sister, they don't see right and left. You don't get anybody. As he come up on now, he come court today. Uduak has been sentenced today. Say make him die on hanging. All of us we dey happy because you know if you kill my sister like that, they go there like that and you go cover them. Thank God say justice don't happen today and everybody don't see people as they happy. Say they don't kill her. And my sister comes, as in they don't bear and feel now. Him go find, him don't see justice. And we I say because they relax say my sister don't fight justice, pata at the end of the day.
Okay, so now where this matter don't set now, waiting be the next step, because I know say you, your sister, if your can the other people been really the fight, say make justice take place. Now where justice don't take place, waiting be the next step. What would be your advice or anything where you get to talk about this matter?
Well, if you feel as the way we come from, say God is everything. People when don't get fear of God, and they do that kind of thing when they do. As that my sister go find job, go die. They come bury am. Now even if you are attending Wakana, because I don't want this country make it happen again for us or for anybody. I don't even wish anybody for this country make him pass through what we will pass through. If at least if government say okay, as it don't happen now, they don't give their family justice. But make them find the sister where they for that family, when no get job find, they give them job. At least it's possible. Our government will be there, so if he give us job, if he give that my sister if your job. Like that man where my sister die, he come pick and go give work at our here. They work now. We go there so now. The government come visit us, come give us work. Make it have some people engage us. Our family people where they don't finish school. And because of say we don't get people who get help us for right time, like make us, like make our sister come us say, make him go find that work before he go NYSC and he come die. I pray say make government come look, see if I make them find us work.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Now, the elder brother to late Miss Iniubong Umoren be that Ukeme, we don't talk in mind today. He say justice as they don't save him today for court. It's sweet and well. He also sweet members of the family.
The governor of Bible said, he don't try. He don't stand by us. He gave us in word that time where my sister that said he's going to stand by us and take the matter to the end. He don't stand with us. Finally, we don't need justice. We're happy. We say, may God bless you, Emmanuel. May God bless the sister. Where we say, come carry project come from Bible. Say, saying to fight against rape and murder. And true, he don't fight them. I say, may God bless Her Excellency, the wife of the governor. May God bless him. Bless your husband. Bless the government of our Bible State for making this thing happen. And we come there happy. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. So now the matter be that the lawyers wey be handle this matter don't talk to us, and of course now the judge who don't give the final judgment for this case. He say make the accused wey be Frank Akpan make they hang am for neck, so they don't sentence am to death as we speak. But for the father and the sister, the court don't discharge them. The father of the accused and the sister of the accused, the court don't discharge them, don't acquit them. So the prison officers don't carry them come out. As you see now, plenty family members still there here. Plenty friends from University of Uyo. No forget say Iniubong Umoren, now graduate of philosophy for University of Uyo, who been they wait for NYSC call up and then at the same time go look for a job, but as she go find a work, unfortunately she no come back again. So she come here say she buy, and that matter done there since last year till now, about 15 months since Miss Iniubong die, and of course it don't take up to 462 days from the day where she died on the 29th of April 2021 to today, way before of August, where the judgment don't finally come, and the judgment from the presiding judge, Justice Basin Canal, now say make the prison officers carry Frank Akpan go hang by neck. So now the matter be that right here, and of course BBC Pidgin Live, the BBC Pidgin News Day live right here at the State Judiciary Headquarters, Uyo in Akwa Ibom State, to witness this matter and bring you the update where you did wherever you did join us from. Say that matter where happened last year, April 29th, where Miss Iniubong been by sake of say she go find work. Now that matter justice don't come, and the justice be say the person will be the prime suspect, Frank Akpan, called on say may they go kill him by hanging. And a few moments ago, you hear the elder brother of the deceased Ukeme, when they talk to us. He said now the family don't they happy because finally justice they save, and so they will go back house now. They relax because their sister they don't find peace after this very matter where don't happen. So I will just carry Namuna see the courts and the things where they happen around the courts, the family and the friends. wey dey the court at the moment.
ABN, bring them hard. Said that we are interested in justice, and we followed up the judgment. You will know that the court have done justice to the case. Justice in the sense that those that are supposed to be convicted, or the person that is supposed to be convicted, was convicted, and the other two defendants that were not supposed to be convicted, they were discharged and acquitted accordingly. So that is the justice of the case.
Your client was tagged a cold, remorseless young man. What is your reaction to that? And how do you think the people will feel that you were defending a cold, remorseless young man?
Well, the work of a defense counsel is not to defend at all costs. I've said it times without number that because of the nature of the offense for which the defendant was being charged, that it must be represented by counsel. And the work of the defense counsel is not to defend at all costs, it's to ensure that all the rules of procedures are followed. That we've done. That is what culminated to the 3 trials within trial, because they say he never made those statements, and we ensure that those rules were followed. And at the end of the day, the court have also taken a decision in respect of that.
Are you going to appeal the judgment?
It is not within my place to appeal. It's left for him whether he wants to appeal or not. My work was to defend him at the High Court.
So your client acted the drama a few minutes ago by attempting to escape from the court. Are you not worried?
Well, I'm not. You know, the way I was seated in court, I only heard the sound. But what actually transpired was behind me, so I cannot comment on that.
What's your name again, sir?
My name is Barrister Abdullah. But one thing very important that I want all of you to take home today, as I said in the court, that this case is a case that speaks volume. Over and above the justice of the case today, it speaks volume about the state of our youth in this country. The disease in this case is a 24-year-old graduate, a 2-1 graduate of the University of Oyo. They are the first defendant. It's a 20-year undergraduate. When you review the whole case, it goes to show the extent of unemployment in our society. Today we've gotten justice for the disease. Are we concerned about those that are still alive? Are we concerned about the 1,001 youths out there that are looking for jobs, including some of the family members of the disease? So take this message home. Let them hear that there is need for all those that are concerned, not just government alone, to ensure that our youths are properly and effectively engaged in order to forestall this kind of situation.
Okay, your name, sir. Your name.
My name is Abdullah Samson. I'm the State Coordinator of Legal Aid Council.
All right, thank you.
So now the matter be that we see the
Where the defender?
We were counsel to the second or third time, and we have been satisfied.
What a question. That question is already answered. Who wouldn't be satisfied that after 10 months of the industry, the point you've always tried to make before the court is held as being valid? See, truthfully, if you heard the judgment, and if you had followed this trial, you would agree with my law that indeed second and third, that's a father and daughter, have no complicity in this matter. Away from the media trial that had preceded the see, no, it's not in social media, no, it's in the court. The facts always portrayed on social media, believe me, it's perhaps less than 1% of the truth that matter, most times. And I'll be encouraging us after to always seek to know the facts of cases before we portray them. I think this case today, on the invitation of the Legal Aid Council, who felt that it was better for someone who is going to dispassionately to come proceed after my learned senior friend is engaged on this matter. all of those days I spent money to come here has now paid off. I am happy, even without being paid. And justice has paid off.
There are some cases in court that's been for up to 2-3 years, but this one's up to like 8 months. And yesterday, I celebrated hearing of this.
Why are you asking? People have been coming here now. You come here often to cover proceedings. Well, the truth is, everyone wanted this case. Everyone. Journalists, lawyers, the court, parties. It's a pathetic case, actually. A very pathetic case. So the attention and media interest is not profound. The girl was an innocent job seeker on her way to gaining a proper means of livelihood. She lost her life. Which very want to work as a secretary, but for the very deplorable condition we have now found ourselves, including you folks. That's the truth. So it's a case that needed this coverage. And I want to believe if the dead can hear us, she's happy. But much more so is that after now, we should try to avert the reoccurrence of events like this. I overheard the council for the first acquit, now convict, states that some members of that family are jobless. I think the justice of this case will want to have every member of the family in order. And also, they've convicted what Uduak-Abasi, what next? The family of those victims should, as a matter of priority by all parties concerned, especially government, should be taken into consideration. To me, that's the justice.
All right, so we see the case for State High Court in Uyo, where Iniubong Umoren, justice, they don't save him finally, and the suspect, the prime suspect, Frank Akpan, has been sentenced to death by hanging. This now this na BBC Pigeon News Live. We've been there right here at the court premises, bringing you this very report.